They told you to keep sailing. They never told you about this. If one of these boats could take you across an ocean, let you live free of marinas, and cost half what you think, why does almost no one in the sailing world ever mention them? We ranked 7 trawlers from worst economy to best, from prestige brands burning 35 gallons an hour to displacement hulls crossing oceans on a single tank. Starting at number 7, one legendary name proves that reputation alone won't keep you at sea. Number 7. The Grand Banks 54V Warp arrives with all the prestige and polish that boat show brochures promise. Teak everywhere, joystick docking, a hull that claims the best of both worlds. But for men over 60 who have spent decades wrestling sailboats through midnight squalls, the real question is not how fast you can get to the next marina. It is how far you can go before the fuel gauge hits empty, and whether the numbers add up once you are living aboard, not just showing off at the dock. The V-Warp hull is Grand Bank's answer to the market demand for speed. She will crack 25 knots wide open, and at 18 knots, the builder's own specs and owner logs agree, you are burning around 35 gallons an hour. That means a 300-mile run devours over 400 gallons of diesel, more than $4,000 at today's prices, just to cross from Miami to Charleston without stopping. And the range at speed is about 300 nautical miles before you are searching for a fuel dock. That is barely a third of what a true displacement trawler can manage on the same tank. The fuel math is unforgiving. Used examples still fetch $800,000 and up, partly on name recognition, partly on the promise of luxury. But every knot above hull speed comes at a price. The joystick docking and plush interior make life easier in the marina, but once you are offshore, the laws of physics do not care about reputation. This is where the speed economy trade-off becomes a trap for the unwary, especially for older sailors who traded in their winches for a wheel, expecting freedom but getting a fuel bill that dwarfs their old slip fees. The Grand Banks 54V Warp is proof that even legends can fall short when range, efficiency, and real independence are the measure. For the sovereign sailor, it is a warning: prestige does not fill your tanks, and speed will not buy you another week at anchor. Number 6. The Nordic Tug 34 is where the marketing noise fades and the numbers finally start to make sense for men over 60 who want to keep moving, not just keep up appearances. Forget the glossy brochures, this boat is a compact, true displacement workhorse built for the real world of the Great Loop and coastal passages, not for impressing dockside onlookers. Nordic Tugs has been turning out this hull for over 35 years, and that kind of production run does not happen by accident. It is not a status symbol, it is a platform for independence. The formula here is single-engine simplicity. A Cummins 260 horsepower diesel, burning about 2.8 gallons per hour at a steady 7 knots. Owner logs back this up with real-world range figures that matter: 1,645 nautical miles on a full tank. That means you can run the entire length of the intracoastal or cross the Gulf without sweating the next fuel stop. This is the smallest boat on the list, and the only one that truly proves the economy thesis: you do not need 50 feet and a mortgage-sized fuel bill to go the distance. Instead, you get a hull that is easy to manage solo, with just enough draft to sneak into shallow anchorages and a hull shape that shrugs off chop at trawler pace. Inside, it is all about function. The interior is tight, no question, 2 people can live aboard, but you will be negotiating for galley space and ducking under handrails. Ergonomics take priority over luxury, and every inch is built to be used, not just shown off. If you are expecting a floating condo, look elsewhere. But for the sovereign sailor who values range and reliability over marble countertops, this is the honest entry point. You trade away flash for a boat that actually delivers on the promise: go further, burn less, and stay out longer. For anyone who is tired of paying for speed they will never use, the Nordic Tug 34 is the first real answer the industry has offered in decades. Number 5. The great Harbour N37 is where the trawler category finally delivers on the promise of living large without losing its blue water credentials. For men over 60 who have spent decades measuring freedom in miles, not marina nights, the N37 is a full displacement workhorse that feels more like a floating apartment than a cramped cabin. The numbers don't lie. A 2-foot 10-inch draft means you can sneak into anchorages that would leave deeper boats circling, and the hull design shrugs off the shallow water anxiety that plagues so many so-called ocean trawlers. Step inside and the space claim holds up. The galley refrigerator swallows 22.5 cubic feet, more than most suburban kitchens. There is a real queen berth, a full-sized shower, and enough storage to keep a couple comfortable for months, not just weekends. Owners call it apartment-like, and for once, the brochure isn't exaggerating. It is no accident that hull number 3 made the Panama to Hawaii run, a passage that is the litmus test for any boat that claims ocean pedigree. That journey wasn't a marketing stunt. It was a real-world validation that the N37 isn't just a dock queen. Under the hood, twin Yanmar diesels sip about 4 gallons per hour at a steady 7 knots. That translates to a practical range of around 1,500 nautical miles, enough to cross the Gulf, run the intracoastal, or make serious offshore hops without sweating the next fuel dock. It is not the unlimited range of the biggest explorers, but it is a far cry from the 300-mile sprint of the fake trawler crowd. The N37 sits at the crossroads, not as compact as the entry-level economy picks, but not so massive that you're paying for space you can't use or maintain. For the sovereign sailor, the great Harbour N37 is a statement: you don't have to trade comfort for capability. You can have wide, flat decks, real living quarters, and a hull that has proven itself offshore. It is not boat show eye candy, it is a working machine, designed for the realities of aging hands and the physics that don't care how many miles you've logged. The N37 doesn't pretend to be everything, but within its 37 feet, it delivers a kind of honest, attainable independence that the industry rarely advertises. If your body has changed but your desire for true range and self-reliance hasn't, this is the boat that bridges the gap. No apologies, no compromises, just the facts. Number 4. The DeFever 49 raised pilot house is where the conversation shifts from glossy promises to the realities of living aboard as a sovereign sailor. For men over 60 who remember what it feels like to be close-hauled for 12 hours, it is challenging. The DeFever 49. RPH answers with a design that respects aging bodies and the need for genuine independence. This is a real trawler with a full displacement hull, twin Ford Lehman 135N engines that will outlast most owners, and a pilot house layout that lets you command the boat in any weather without risking a broken hip on a pitching deck. Walk-around side decks make line handling safer, and the standing height engine room means you can actually service your machinery without crawling on your knees. One owner put it bluntly: "We have lived in apartments with less space than the DeFever." That kind of validation matters when you are planning to spend months, not weekends, afloat. But the DeFever 49 RPH is not a fairy tale. For all its virtues, robust construction, offshore pedigree, and a layout that works for real people, not just yacht brokers, there is a technical landmine lurking beneath the surface. Many hulls built before 1990 came wired with aluminum. The problem is not just theoretical. Surveyors and marine electricians now warn that after decades of saltwater exposure, original aluminum wiring can corrode to the point of failure, raising the risk of electrical fires or mysterious system glitches that no YouTube tutorial will fix. Rewiring a 49-foot trawler is not a weekend project or a minor expense. Depending on the yard and the scope, owners report costs in the $20,000 to $30,000 range, an unplanned hit that can turn a bargain into a financial trap overnight. If a seller dodges the wiring question, that is your cue to walk, not negotiate. This is where due diligence stops being a cliché and becomes survival. The DeFever 49. RPH rewards those who do the work. Check the survey, trace the wiring, demand receipts. For those willing to face the hard truths, the payoff is real. You get a boat that can run from Alaska to Mexico on its own bottom, a living space that does not punish your joints, and systems that, when properly maintained, will keep you off the dock and on your own schedule. The lesson is simple. The boat does not care how many miles you have logged or how tough you were at 40. Physics and time are undefeated. But the DeFever 49 RPH proves that with the right preparation, you can still claim the freedom you set out for. No apologies, no illusions, just a working machine built for the long haul. The Selene 47 Classic Explorer delivers what most trawlers only promise: true long-range capability, straight from the factory, with no need for endless upgrades or refits. This is a boat engineered for those who care more about crossing oceans than impressing at the dock. Its full displacement hull is designed for efficiency, not flash, and every inch is built for the realities of extended cruising. At its core sits the John Deere 6068 diesel, a workhorse engine chosen for reliability and longevity. Owners routinely see 2,000-hour service intervals, and the engine's reputation for running strong well past that is backed by both builder data and owner logs. The Selene 47's 1,000-gallon fuel tank is more than just a number. It is the foundation for a verified range of 2,500 to 3,000 nautical miles at a steady 9 knots. Fuel consumption averages just 3.5 gallons per hour, a figure confirmed by both factory tables and real-world passages. That means a transoceanic run, like Panama to Hawaii, can be completed for less than $5,000 in fuel, with reserves left for days at anchor. For those who plan their passages with a pencil and calculator, these numbers represent freedom, not just marketing. The gear list is built for serious voyaging. Dual thrusters for stress-free docking, a walk-around deck with proper bulwarks for safety, and a pilot house that keeps you sheltered and in command no matter the weather. Inside, the layout is practical and comfortable, with a galley that works underway and storage for months at sea. Systems are engineered for redundancy and easy access, because out here, reliability is not optional. Unlike older classics that demand years of refit and constant attention, the Selene 47 arrives ready for real-world use. There is no nostalgia tax and no hidden project lurking beneath the surface. It is a modern trawler that lets you spend your time exploring, not fixing. In a world full of fast trawlers that burn through fuel and budgets, the Selene 47 stands as a benchmark for range efficiency and honest capability. For those who value independence and practical adventure, it is a vessel that quietly delivers on every promise, letting you go further without compromise. Number 2, the Nordhavn 41, is the compact explorer that finally closes the gap between world-girdling ambition and a budget that does not require a trust fund. For every recovering sailor who has spent decades reefing at midnight and now wants range without the wrestling match, this boat is the quiet answer to an industry that still pretends you can have it all: speed, comfort, and oceanic endurance without compromise. The Nordhavn 41 does not play that game. It is a full displacement hull, purpose-built for the physics of long-distance travel, and the numbers are not marketing spin. At a steady 6.5 knots, she will deliver 3,000 nautical miles on a single tank. Drop down to 5 knots, and the range doubles to a staggering 6,500 nautical miles. These figures are not brochure fantasy. They are verified by builder tables and owner logs from real transatlantic passages, with fuel reserves left for days at anchor. The power plant is a choice between twin Beta 75s or a single John Deere, both proven for reliability and serviceability. Both thruster and active stabilizers come standard, not as expensive afterthoughts. The solar array keeps critical systems running, and the washer-dryer combo is a nod to the fact that real liveaboard life is not about marina cocktails, but about self-sufficiency on the hook. For solo operators or couples, the layout is honest. A pilot house that can be run by one person, a galley that works underway, and a hull that does not punish you for slowing down to save fuel. Used examples now start at $279,000, a price that puts true ocean range within reach for those who are done paying for speed they will never use. As one owner put it, "This is the first boat I have owned that could actually take me anywhere I am willing to go." The Nordhavn 41 is not boat show eye candy. It is a working machine designed for the realities of aging hands and the simple fact that physics, not pride, sets the limits. The industry will not say it, but here is the truth. Your body changed, the ocean did not. And this is the boat that lets you keep the promise you made to yourself under sail: freedom, range, and self-reliance. No apologies. The Kadey-Krogen 48 AE is the standard bearer for anyone seeking a true long-range displacement trawler. Its reputation isn't built on marketing gloss, but on real-world performance, owner logs, and a design philosophy that puts substance over show. The numbers alone tell the story: 4,730 nautical miles at 6 knots, all on a single 1,000-gallon tank. That is not a theoretical range. It has been proven by owners who have crossed oceans, not just harbors. At the center of this endurance is a single John Deere diesel, chosen for its reliability and simplicity. No turbochargers, no twin engines to complicate repairs. Just a workhorse that routinely clocks 10,000 hours between major rebuilds. The support network for this engine stretches worldwide, making it possible to keep moving even when you are far from home. The hull is pure function, full displacement, deep keel, and a motion that favors comfort over speed. This boat is 25% more fuel efficient than its closest competitors, a margin that means real savings when fuel docks are a distant memory. Since 1977, over 600 Kadey-Krogen hulls have been delivered, creating a community of owners who value range, economy, and the ability to anchor out for weeks without relying on marinas. Used Kadey-Krogen 48 AEs can be found between $200,000 and $400,000, and they hold their value because they deliver what long-distance cruisers actually need. Inside, every inch is designed for life at sea: storage for months, a galley that works underway, and systems that can be maintained without a specialist. There is no flash, just practical solutions for real sailors. The Kadey-Krogen 48 AE is the answer for those who want to keep their promise to themselves: freedom on the open ocean without the drama or the fear that age has closed the door. It is not about nostalgia or chasing trends. It is about reclaiming range, independence, and the quiet confidence that comes from a vessel built to go the distance. Across all 7, one pattern is unmissable. The market ignores reality, but physics never does. Try being close-hauled for 12 hours in your 60s. It is challenging. These are not boat show eye candy. They are working machines for recovering sailors who refuse to surrender freedom. The truth is this: the right trawler does not diminish you. It restores sovereignty at sea on your terms. Let us keep the conversation honest. Drop your story below.